Hi, I'm Seamless, and today is Monday, which means it's time for a new Track from Scratch live stream. This is a continuation of the previous ones where we've been doing this funk-ish track. It's a 110 thing, and it's doing stuff, and it's all kinds of good. I'm not wearing a hoodie right now because it's actually kind of hot down here because it's summer, and I haven't put in my air conditioner yet. Also, I want to mention that I am doing a sale on lessons in July. I have a set number of slots. There's actually a whole bunch of information about it. If you go into the description of the video that this is on YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, or to my Facebook page, you'll find information where I discuss lessons, and the basic gist of it is that if you schedule a lesson to be in July, it's $40 an hour instead of the usual $75 an hour, and I do them over a larger amount of time. Normally, I only do lessons on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. EDT, but now I'm doing it in July, I'm doing it on Monday through Friday at noon to 8 p.m. EDT. So lots more time, lots more spots, and $40 because it's the summer and people have time for stuff now. So that's what that's about. Anyway, I'm going to do a playthrough of what I got so far, and then I'll continue to do the stuff. Ready? Here we go. Cool. So one thing I was noticing about the basses that are in here. That one. It's actually almost barely noticeable that this happens in here. It's a fine sound, but I think I'm just not going to use it. I will instead continue with... Let's continue with that sound in there. It's the same bass the whole time, so that's pretty okay. And there's actually a couple times during the main part where I use that sound as well. That's the sub. This one? Yes, it is. Let's find out where. Actually, oops, I changed the pattern. That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah. Actually, I guess I did mean to do that for those particular parts because I used it the way that was smart. So those are going to stay in there, but they're not going to come in during the lead part. Okay. Neat. Actually, I wanted to try something interesting with this. At least I think it'll be interesting. I could be 100% incorrect. We'll find out. Oh, piece I was already doing it. Weird. I thought for some reason I didn't mess around with the velocity sensitivity, but I was incorrect in that assumption. I think I'm going to make these guys kind of ring out a little longer than they do. So just a little bit, though. Should be okay. There's gonna be a couple more things on. I think I want to do. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna try and actually arrange the rest of the track first before I do more detail oriented work. So this part. So basically, I want to keep. There's a lot of things I could do. I don't know if I want to just do the rate, like the easy part, which would be to kind of integrate the intro over here somehow and do a breakdown that does in there, and then do the rise the same way again, and then just make variations and changes. That would make it very quickly to finish, but it's not what I'm feeling. That's not what I'm feeling in my brain. I like how it thinks I'm holding down shift or something when I'm. You see that? It thinks I'm selecting things. And like it actually is selecting things. Am I holding down something? No, weird. It thinks I'm selecting stuff. That's awkward. I just gotta be careful about that, I suppose. That's a lot faster than I wanted it to be. Because I'm in not the right snap. Boop. Now I am. Now that is a hilarious way to accent the toms, is to layer in high-pitched kicks. That's so stupid, but it works. If I really wanted to, I could line up where the fundamental terminates with the toms fundamental. That's hilarious. That's probably not going to work so well if I do it here. Of course, I don't have to worry about the sidechain kicking in because the sidechain is being controlled entirely by these automation clips. I need my kick hit. I don't have a kick hit because Guess I could just use one of these guys. Wee wah. So I could also do like a wait, like a hold. I can like da 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 da, and then like break somehow. I think I'll do that. That's what I think I'll do. Now this is its own pattern, so I don't need to make a new one. This is the bass. I'll do that. Make it a little bit longer. I think this is the bass and the sub. So I'll come and add the sub. Yeah. I think I'll not have the lead in on this. Dirt, dirt, dirt. Just like hold it straight. And lean back a bit on this guy. Sure. Alright. That sort of sounds like a Nexus preset. I'm sure a lot of Nexus, I mean, what I've seen in Nexus, I've looked at a lot of demos and people were using it and that kind of thing. It's pretty basic synthesis stuff, and it's kind of its point, is that it does a lot of traditional, easy kind of things that you just do. You don't need to make it yourself. That's that kind of thing. I've grown less antagonistic about the idea of Nexus the more that I learned about it, just because I am now familiar with sort of who was for and who's using it. I guess I want to have the chord in there too for the correct length. Someone's talking about something about how many videos I made. It says he made probably about 200 videos on sound design. I think in total I've made almost 800 videos. Actually more than 800 videos. It says something like 700 something now because I have a crap ton of videos that are unlisted and some of them that are private. So actually, let me go look up right now how many videos I have. Not all of them are on sound design, but probably at least 500 of them are about sound design. You used to tell me right here. Man, it's a stat that like it's in the video manager. It's a stat I always see, and it doesn't matter because here we go. 821 videos. That's a lot. See, I see a different number because it's my channel, so I know how many videos I have unlisted, how many videos I have private. But whenever anyone else goes to look at it, they see basically all of the public videos, and that's what it counts towards. I have an idea. It is going to be a terrible idea because I am not very good at the thing that I want to do that I want to put here. Oh boy. Oh man, I don't want to do this to you guys because I know that like if I go hard or go home. Okay, so it's gonna be basically a bass solo with the bass. Oh boy, how do I want to structure this? So it does want to end here. I guess I could just go the whole way. So I don't want to use the things that I've been using for this part. I mean, I do want to use the same things, but I don't want to do it the same way that I'm doing it. I need to do something different. So that stays the way it's doing it. That's just these guys. One of these, I don't remember which hat. I think they all have the reverb on it. Yeah, it actually makes sense for them not to do it. So I think I'll. Am I in cache mode or something? I am in cache mode. Oh my god, that explains a lot. So this is basically like when I did the first Funk Fight where I did the vocoded guitar solo. I'm not going to do a vocoded bass solo. It's going to just be a straight up bass solo. But it's going to be a slap bass solo. And like I said, when I was talking about that, I'm not very good at slap bass. And I was already going to have to learn slap bass for some things that I wanted to do in this track when I wanted to play it live. But this particular part will require like a lot more finesse. And so it just means I'll have to practice at it when y'all aren't watching, because I don't want to like take up 16 videos of me trying and failing hard to write something that I can reliably reproduce. So that's going to be fun. Yeah. Okay, now you're loaded. You loaded more megabytes than there are in the sample set, so good job. You went above and beyond. Anyway. I'm gonna not have the hats, these hats here for this. I'm gonna use why did I have you selected? I'll use the superior drummer hats. I didn't select you that time. Did you see? Oh, because I'm doing dirt. I need the other hat part. That one. Not the same as that one. There's like 60,000 levels of hat articulation in Superior Drummer. It's also really quiet because I turned it down. Okay. Sure. That'll be fine for now. I'm just not gonna do the thing now. I'll just put the part here so that I know it's there, and then I'll move on. So plan. I might have the ARP going during it. Normally that would be enough. Well, that's not even close to enough, is it? That's only half. Why does that? Okay, so it felt like half, so I guess I was right. It's really. Okay. Okay. All right. So basically, the way this is gonna work is, I'm just gonna. This whole thing is just gonna be a bass solo. Like I can have a little bit of like the chords in there too. Nah, specifically that. Like drum variations, whatever. And then what needs to happen after this? I could just kind of do that, and then I'll break out into the rise again. Oh, actually, I know what I can do. Okay, so hypothetically, I could even keep. Okay, all right. So the plan. This is a bit weird in terms of timing. This doesn't quite fit the perfect vision, but I think this might work. So like, bass solo, bass solo, bass solo, bass solo, soloing with the bass, the chords kind of fade in on top of that, and then it does the thing it was doing. And then I could do this again. I don't know if I want to do exactly the same thing. In fact, I know that I don't want to do exactly the same thing, but I want to do something related to it. Well, I guess I could just take this whole thing. In fact, I will do that. Just take the whole damn thing. Whoa. Wrong buttons. Yeah. How the fuck did that happen? That's that thing. Why is this different now? There's an automation clip that's terminating or something incorrectly. Might be because I cut them, but that shouldn't be the case. No, I might actually be that. These are the same chords, right? It's weird. They got really quiet. Everything got really quiet. Something else automated. Oh, it's the kick. It's the kick drum, because I cut this, and that happened there. Derp. It was a sidechain. Cool. All right, so I'm like really used to how this sounds now, but I know that I don't want to do the same thing. I guess I gotta change up the percussion, like what it does, and then drops again. I know that the drops need to be different. That's just sort of how things work, and then they end, and the song ends, and that's the song. This is basically the structure of the song that it will take, the shape it takes. Good old 5-minute-ish song, but the outro probably it'd be like 5:15. So that works. Alright, well, the easy part now would be to make the drop different. Because that I have sort of a clear idea for. Not so much an idea in terms of like I know literally what I want to do, but I know sort of the theme it follows, and the stuff to do within the acceptable range of the theme. Does he look at the chat, they ask? That's a good question. I could do a drop troll. That sort of beat stay up there is already kind of a drop troll, but I'll do another one. What make you unique, you fool? You are slow and large. Guess I better do the chords as well. I made you a side note, didn't I? Yes, I did. This will sound weird. Why does this make me feel like I needed to be a half a beat, though, instead of a whole beat? I just feel for some reason that this won't result in the rhythm I'm imagining. And yet, I must. That's weird. That's just weird. I think actually what I was thinking of doing was having that fall be in the beat that it was doing. That's what I believe my brain was thinking of. Not this weird beat adenum. That does sound a bit more correct. The best kind of correct. More correct. Of course, now that's going to be wrong, and it's going to move, and you're all weirdly long, and okay. Easiest way to differentiate the beginning of the second drop is to do a sort of missing beat thing. So here's the thing about my voice being quiet is that, yeah, it actually is like really low, isn't it? Yeah. The problem is the range, because like whenever I'm talking, I'm just talking quietly is the problem. And then when I actually start talking on purpose, it gets to be like the right level, and I'm not using an external compressor on it. See, like right now, so that happens. Good God. There's solutions to this, and I actually thought of one today that might actually work, but I have to experiment a bit with that being a thing. So So I guess you can put up a big clipping every now and then. Dirt. Sounds that come out of my mouth. You see, you're joking about compressing the shit, but like I am. Well, sort of. I'm compressing it as hard as my Yamaha MG12 is allowing me to. So. Oh yeah, that's because it does that. Sidechaining my voice. I could do that if I weren't doing my voice externally. I'm not actually running my voice through anything on a computer. It's running straight into the mixer. Because the whole ASIO sound capture video thing I'm doing right now is being accomplished with an external mixer. I am routing everything out into it, and it's routing everything back in all on one single input. And then that's the thing that's gone in to do the stuff in place. I know technical terms. So, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm not really able to do the change you're requesting. Suppose I could go like. Of course, now that I'm doing that, I need to do the sub version of that. Boink. Here we go. Do your job, Bone. Okay, there we go. I already made this different. That means I don't need to do this again. Why did I choose these notes? I gotta make the sub do the same thing. The hell's making that sound at first? That should not be making that sound. Oh, it's because it's in there, and then I have the other one is actually in there too. You might be thinking that might be possible to actually play with the bass, but I have a few ideas about how I can pull it off. I don't think you know what you're saying when you say double time, because this at double time would sound ridiculous. Maybe it wouldn't. I mean, the bass patterns would sound ridiculous, but if I did the drums at double time, that might actually be a good idea. So maybe you do know what you're talking about. Of course, that wouldn't make sense if I were doing it with this gigantic gap in there. So I think I'm selecting stuff. I feel like this has happened to me before, and I can't remember why. There was a sort of a solution to that, but I don't remember what it was. Just for kicks, though, let's do this double time thing to see what happens. I still kind of feel like it'll be too fast, but we'll find out. Let's do the snare first. Kind of see where that's going. Halftime will be super duper slow. So the problem with doing it with 110, 110 is just kind of like the speed where this particular beat really only works at that speed. Doing anything more or less than that sort of makes it. I forgot I had these guys. I was wondering what the hell's happening. And so yeah, let's do that. See what that does. The side chaining is not going to be right, but I guess we'll kind of get the idea. The idea of what it's supposed to sound like. So that's. I'm not totally sure what I had in mind when I was doing that, but we'll find out. This goes here and it starts here. It works, but that sounds way too much kind of like I'm trying to make a happy hardcore track. That worked out a lot better than I thought it would. I'll give you that, but that's not going to happen. You know, I kind of want this to do the opposite. I know what I want to do now with this beat. Just not have it the rest of the beat there. I could have like a drum fill going on in there near the end of that. Actually, I think I know what to do. Let's do some fun jazz chords. Okay. This isn't gonna work at all. I'm in G minor, so that makes. Not 100% of those chords, but we'll find out. This is how this will make. This is how this is gonna work better. If I'm gonna do that, then I am gonna have these be full length, at least longer length. I don't know why those are like a minute longer than these guys for some reason. That's my timer going off. All right. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide them down really fast. So fast that they're basically portamentoing, but I don't want the automation to restart. I like that. I like that better. All right, so we're coming to the end of part 1. I'm going to play through what we've got so far, and then for those who are watching live, there'll be a short break, and we'll go on to part 2. And for those watching on YouTube, part 2 will come by in a minute. Anyway, here's what we got-ish so far. I'll kind of skip this part, and then we'll see how this works. What? Oh balls, oh balls, oh balls, oh balls. So many balls. Could have sworn I made that. I really could have sworn I made those unique. Just to make goddamn sure. Okay. This is where you imagine there's a bass solo happening. Bass, 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 wait, wait, sorry. Bass, 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 bass. This basically just happens. This is pretty much identical so far. The only change I made so far is up to here. And the rest is the same still. So that's what part 1 accomplished. Yeah. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. But if you have any questions about this, let me know. And as usual, have a nice day. I really hope I haven't been clipping so bad. So bad. I will eventually solve my audio problems, and it'll be great.